You know that space between almost and not yet? That strange, quiet, uncomfortable in between where you've done the work, you've shown up, you've done everything in your power, and now all that's left is waiting. It's one of the hardest emotional spaces to hold because waiting doesn't just test your patience, it tests your faith. It tests your self worth. It tests who you believe yourself to be when things aren't moving. You start asking questions like, did I do something wrong? Am I even on the right path? Maybe I missed my chance. Maybe I'm just not enough. And before you know it, that beautiful sense of purpose you once had starts to feel fragile, like it's slipping through your fingers. So today, I want to talk about that space, the in-between, the pause, that season where life says, wait, and your soul says, but I'm ready. Because what if this isn't wasted time? What if this is where something sacred is quietly being built within you? Today, we'll explore why waiting feels so emotionally intense, what's actually happening in your brain and body during uncertainty, how to ground yourself when nothing seems to be moving, and how to trust the process without losing yourself. Waiting can feel like emotional quicksand. You've done the work, sent the message, built the offer, applied for the job, had the hard conversation, and now there's just silence. That silence feels loud. Your mind fills it with what ifs and worst case scenarios. Maybe they didn't like me. Maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe it's just over. That's not drama. That's your biology. You see, uncertainty triggers the body's stress response. The amygdala, that little almond-shaped part of your brain that detects danger, can't tell the difference between real physical threats and emotional uncertainty. So when you're waiting, your nervous system starts bracing. Your body tenses, your chest gets tight, your thoughts speed up. And it's easy to mistake that feeling for panic or failure. But uncertainty is not the same as danger. When you remember that, you start reclaiming your power because the body follows the story you tell it. Our brains are wired for quick rewards. That hit of relief when you check off a box or see progress, it releases dopamine, the motivational chemical. Now, imagine what happens when you keep taking inspired action and there's no feedback. Your brain doesn't get that little well done signal, so it freaks out. It starts convincing you that something is wrong. Neuroscience actually shows that when external progress slows down, our internal processing speeds up. The part of your brain called the default mode network activates, and that's the center responsible for self-reflection, emotional integration, and learning. In other words, when life looks like nothing is happening, something is happening. It just doesn't make noise. It's happening within you. Waiting isn't empty. It's integration time. Let me share a story. One of my clients, let's call her Sarah, came to me feeling completely defeated. She had applied for a leadership role she knew in her heart she was ready for. She had the qualifications, the experience, the passion. And then the email came. We've decided to move forward with another candidate. That one line, that one rejection sent her spiraling. She didn't just feel disappointed, she felt rejected, like all the work she had put in didn't mean anything. And of course, she started comparing herself to others. Everyone else seemed to be moving forward while she was standing still. But here's what happened next. Instead of jumping into a new strategy, we worked on regulation, calming our nervous system, naming our emotions, letting grief have space instead of resisting it. And then I asked her one question. What if this season isn't about proving yourself? but preparing yourself. Something in her softened. Over the following months, she focused on self leadership. She learned to express her needs clearly, set boundaries, refine her vision. And 6 months later, a different role opened up in another organization. This one offered even more freedom, better alignment, and deeper impact. The first no wasn't rejection, it was redirection. But she couldn't see that at the time because waiting often clouds perspective. Let's talk about the psychology of not yet. Waiting feels painful because humans are wired for instant gratification, what psychologists call temporal discounting. We value what's immediate more than what's unfolding slowly. But the truth is, some outcomes require inner expansion first. Growth expands capacity, and capacity determines sustainability. So sometimes the delay isn't life punishing you, it's life preparing you. When you're in that in between, grounding becomes everything. Grounding isn't pretending that you're fine, it's creating internal stability when external outcomes feel uncertain. Let's talk about 4 simple but powerful practices. Practice number 1, regulate before you reframe. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. The longer exhale tells your body you are safe. Practice number 2, separate identity from outcome. You are not your timeline. You are not your output. Ask yourself, if this never happened, who would I still be? That answer is your anchor. Practice number 3, shift from when to who. Instead of when will it happen for me, ask who am I becoming while I wait? Because that's what this season is shaping. Practice number 4, limit comparison. Someone else's acceleration doesn't mean you're behind. Different path, different pace, different preparation. Stay loyal to your own rhythm. Surrender is not quitting. It's releasing the illusion that you control every detail of your timing. Surrender sounds like this. I'll keep showing up, but I won't force what isn't aligned. When my client Sarah stopped trying to control the timing, everything began to move more organically because grounded energy attracts alignment. Desperate energy just pushes it away. We live in a culture obsessed with movement, but emotional growth often happens in the stillness we resist. During waiting seasons, you might not see visible results, but you might notice smaller changes. For example, you find that you are calmer, you react less, you recover faster from emotional setbacks, you speak your boundaries with more confidence. That's not stagnation, that's transformation. So next time you're tempted to say nothing is happening, remind yourself integration is happening. Let's be honest. Sometimes trusting the process feels exhausting, right? You've done the affirmations, the journaling, the mindset work. You've visualized, you've surrendered more times than you can count. And you still haven't seen the shift manifest. If that's where you are right now, take a deep breath. Remember, you are allowed to feel tired and still trust. Trust isn't about constant positivity, it's about quiet consistency. Showing up with faith even when you don't have all the receipts yet. If you feel powerless in your waiting season, here are 3 perspective shifts that can help you come back to your place of strength. Shifts from why is this happening to me to what is this strengthening within me? Shift from I have nothing to show for it to I'm building what cannot yet be seen. Shift from everyone else is ahead to my timing is building sustainability. Because not everything built quickly lasts long. But the things that take time, those are the ones that root deeply. Hope isn't just poetic, it's physiological. It activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning, possibility, and motivation. That's why losing hope feels heavy. Your brain literally slows down its forward momentum. But here's the good news. Hope can be cultivated. You strengthen it through gratitude, through reflection, by remembering past resilience and surrounding yourself with people who remind you of your strength. Hope isn't naive, hope is fuel. Remember, waiting isn't about punishment. It's an invitation to build inner steadiness, the kind that allows you to hold what you've been asking for when it finally arrives. You are not late, you are expanding. You are being prepared for what matches your next level of wholeness. So take a deep breath and remind yourself, I'm not stuck, I am becoming. And when that moment comes, when the opportunity meets the version of you who is both grounded and ready, it won't feel rushed. It will feel just right. And remember, even in the pause, healing is happening, alignment is forming, and you're still in motion. If this helped you breathe a little easier, hit like and subscribe. It tells YouTube that this message needs to reach another woman who is quietly doubting herself tonight. And if you're committed to building emotional resilience, subscribe and watch the video showing up on your screen right now. You don't have to rush your becoming. You just have to stay in it and keep trusting the process. Until next time, stay radiant and take gentle care of your beautiful mind and body.